Hello and welcome to my channel. Today, we're gonna unbox a brand new round saw. This one is alright, but you'd have to hold it like this if you're cutting, or like this when you're cutting. And because I got stuff that's thicker than the blade in depth-wise, I'm gonna have to upgrade. Today, we're gonna get hyper tough. Today we're going to get hyper tough with a 20 volt cordless circular saw with a battery and a charger, and this was $85 at Walmart. If you got this anywhere else, it would have cost you the same price without the battery, and you'd still have to buy a battery for it. 6.5-inch blade, 45-degree bevel, 2.25-inch cutting depth, and most of the stuff I got is only 1.5 inches, maybe 2 if you're lucky. Electric brake stops blade in less than 3 seconds. Lightweight design, more power, longer motor life, and more runtime compared to brush motors. 2-year warranty. And there's the little QR code if you want more product info. Our first question will be, what are the specifications? It comes with a battery, circular saw, 5-hour charger, hex key, which is stored on the tool itself, 18-teeth carbide thin kerf blade, a vacuum adapter, which is right there, and a rip fence screw. 20-volt maximum, load speed, 4,800 RPM, blade size 6.5 inches, 2.25 inch at 90 degrees, bevel 0 to 45. Wear safety goggles, user and bystander, okay? Contains lithium-ion battery, must be recycled or disposed properly. Using any tool can be dangerous. Always be careful and keep away from children. Always select the appropriate tool for the job. To reduce the risk of injury, user must read instruction manual. Nominal voltage is 18 when the maximum internal battery without a load is 20. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So here's our vacuum adapter. Lovely. This is a filler box. This is our battery charger. And there's our battery. There's our battery. The battery. Look at that. And then it just fits on like that. I guess that's as far as it goes. And then this tells you if it's power on, battery charging, or battery full. And there's our lights. And only 2 lights. And then we have, if I can get it without cutting myself, I'll take this out. Here's our manual, which is all lovely scrumped up. Here's our round saw. Look at that. Now we can get at the blade. Don't cut yourself. I'm going to need a bigger work desk. There's your hyper tough carbide tipped wood cutting blade. 7,000 max RPM. 5/8 arbor. And nothing else in the box. And we just chuck that. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. This is 20 volt battery pack and charger. Okay. 20 volt 1.5 amp. 20 volt 2 amp. Fat one is a 4 volt. The really fat one is 6 amp. Then you got the little charging current of 0.5 amp, which would probably explain the 5-hour. Yep, output 0.5 amp. 22 volt 0.5 amp. Look at that, I can read that fine print. There's the battery release button. There's the battery release button. And then there's a fuel gauge, which would be here. Whoa, it does come pre-charged. That was my next question. LED indicator lights, da-da-da-da-da-da. Typical battery is a battery. And then, must read and understand. This is from walmart.ca. Save these instructions, safety warnings, personal safety, power tool care, battery care, cutting procedures. Keep your hands away from the cutting blade area and keep your second hand on a motor housing. If both hands are holding the saw, they cannot be cut by the blade. Do not reach underneath. My coworker told me a story where his father is holding a piece of wood and then the blade skipped and then shoo! No more fingers. So don't lose your fingers. Workpiece in your hands or across the leg. It does kickback and related warnings. Maintain firm grip. Interrupting the cut, release the trigger and hold the saw until the blade stops, and don't remove the saw while the blade is in motion or a kickback will occur. Lower guard function, proper closing before each use. Know your battery pack and charger. Cord size, unpacking. Do not operate until the parts are replaced. Do not use the hex key with a longer handle since it may lead to over tightening of the blade bolt, what's also known as a breaker bar. Okay, so the first thing we want to check is it fulleted? There's the safety lock. That's the noise it makes. Now my next question is, will it take my drill battery? This is my drill battery. This is the Walmart battery. Oh, there's slightly... Oh, does not look like it'll fit. I was kind of excited. Yeah, it ain't gonna fit. There could be an adapter for that, and I'll just gotta get the adapter. Oh well. Put this in. That's a guard. It's like my dad's old round saw. This is the bevel. And then you just adjust it how high you want it to go. And I think this is where you lock it in. Oh yeah, that's it. Oh, look at that. I barely read the instruction and I know. So this button can go either way. If you're gonna hold it like this. I don't know what that is for. Now, where is that hex key? Oh, there it is. There's the hex key. So what we're gonna do... Oh, I lost my one microphone. Alright, let's see if I can get this over with. Okay, let's see. Installer changing the blade. Never use a blade that is so thick it prevents the outer blade washer. Detach the battery pack to press the spindle lock button. Okay, so that's the spindle lock. Oh, there we go. I got it. Bolt, and that's the top part. I'm guessing that would be the right rotation. Okay, I see how that locks. It's odd when you have to put in a bolt and you find out you're putting it in backwards. Okay, now where's that spindle lock? Okay, now let's see if I got this in the right spot. Wow. It works. Alright. Replace the outer flange to press the spindle lock, to hand tighten the bolt, use the hex key, vacuum adapter, which would go on. I'm gonna take this battery out before I insert it on the upper blade guard. Oh, that's it. That's where that goes. Vacuum adapter screw, which is the tinier screw. And of course, I gotta find my screwdriver. Okay, there. That's the vacuum adapter. And this is the screw that goes in for a guide. So that goes there. I remember that because it's on my other bolt hand drill. That's for like a flat guide. Now we can put this back on. And that's it. This thing ain't that tight. It's like you take out the hex key once and now it doesn't want to go back in. Boo. Okay, that noise is the spindle lock key. Okay. Now we're going to finish all this up. Cutting mark, trigger switch. Rip cutting and cross cutting. Depress the trigger, start the saw, reach full speed. Guide the saw along the workpiece. When cutting large sheets, clamp or nail a straight piece of 1-inch lumber to the sheet. Use the right side of the base against the board inside. Pocket cutting, bevel to 0, cutting large sheets. Yeah, always support it with other wood. Do not use your hand. Disconnect the tool from the battery pack or cleaning or performing any maintenance. Tool does not work. Low battery. Charge the battery. Tool is overload. Release the speed trigger and try again. Battery pack. Teeth are dull if the blade does not follow a straight line. Nail, dulling teeth on one side. Blade tends to be cut to the side with a sharp teeth. Replace with a blade. Blade binds or smokes from friction. Blade is dull. Installed backwards. Bent. Workpiece is not supported. Incorrect blade being used. Okay, we're going to take this. We're going to take all of this, including my hand drill. We're going to the kitchen and we're going to demonstrate how my old tool was working compared to the new one. I'll see you in the kitchen. Hey, welcome to my kitchen. Okay, this round saw, this one, that's all I can do with 1.5 by 1.5 wood, because I'd have to cut it in 2 separate pieces and then I don't get the alignment right, and then it's all kind of choppy, which is also prevalent on this piece of wood. My little table saw did this one, but we're gonna see how well it's gonna cut. What you're gonna do is you're gonna wear your safety glasses, okay? Now, when I'm cutting, okay, there we go. This one's a bit better. Okay, so that was pre-cut from whatever factory that came from. This is, I did a better job with this one. You can see the 2 different line colors, but it just barely works. And that was my little table saw. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go not bad, but you see all that feedback I got from it? Don't want that feedback. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this, hook up a battery to it, and then, like you said, you hold this, you hold this, okay, I think the battery needed charging. That's a lot cleaner of a cut. Now you see that compared to the drill one. If you want something done with the drill quickly and it's thin, it's alright. Now let's try it with a thicker piece of wood. Let's try cutting it with this thing. Hey, battery died just in time. Wow, look at that. You can't even tell that wasn't done at the factory. Look at that. This is what my coworker did when he cut it, and that's it. Now we're gonna see all that dust that came out of there. Now this looks like a job for my job mate. Job mate, job mate, job mate, job mate. Oof. Ho ho, look at Mr. Job Mate over here. That's my old job mate vacuum. Now let's see if this will even fit. Oh, are you kidding me? Don't. Oh, there it is. Okay, I had the wrong end in. Look at that. That goes in there. And that goes in there. Nope, I lied. That's the exhaust. That goes in there. Now we're gonna plug it in, turn it on, and hope for the best. Look at that, and then it didn't make any mess. Now I gotta clean up the mess I made before the wife kills me. Why is all this mess on the floor? There you have it. This, for $85, comes with a battery and a charger compared to everyone else. Without the battery at Canadian Tire and Home Hardware, this thing runs $90. Then you have to buy the battery separately, which makes sense if you have a bunch of universal things for it, but otherwise, I'd string for this thing. And 4,800 RPM, anything more than that, awesome. Thank you very much. Get hyper tough and have a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.